Welcome to the Neutral Zone. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different outside of our recap series. We're going to be tier ranking the Big Ten teams heading into the next season. It was an idea that one of the subscribers gave us, so we kind of want to do that. We want to do what the viewers want to see. Obviously, we've been growing our community really fast. The next time we'll be doing a giveaway is at 2,000 subscribers. We do have a live show coming tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, so please stick around for that. But Dad, let's get right into it. Today we're going to be tier ranking the Big Ten. So basically how we're going to
Man,
do this today. My dad doesn't know that we're doing this. It was kind of something that just sprung onto him. But
yeah.
basically, there's 18 teams in the Big Ten as of
Okay.
now.
Yep.
We have 6 different tiers. We have conference title favorite, one piece away, respectable, few years away, below average, and dumpster fire. So
You want to
being that
start bottom or top?
being that there's 18 teams, we're going to do 3 teams per tier. So it's going to make it a little bit
Oh,
harder. So
shoot.
it'll be fun.
Okay.
So I say we just go and then we'll move people around as we go. So I think we should
Okay.
let's get rid of the obvious ones first. So I mean, I think Ohio State is here. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
I,
think
I
you're gonna really go too far. I
think
mean,
you got to go
obviously,
Oregon and
I'm gonna
Michigan.
say Oregon as well, but just to kind of give some clarity on why we're choosing these teams. So obviously, Ohio State with the big transfer portal class, and they also bring back a bunch. So I think they're a clear favorite. I think Oregon is here. Same reasoning. I think they bring back a lot. Obviously,
Yeah.
Dan Lanning stayed.
I think these are two top four teams this year. I mean, and if they weren't in the same conference, they probably would be a lot of people's pick for national champions or at least Final Four teams.
Yes. Okay. So now I'm gonna let you kind of take it from here.
Okay, hold on.
Where
Let me ask you a question because I obviously, as you came up with this, I need to put this in context. This is for the 2024 season. Is this forever? Is this for
No, this is heading into next year. So this is
okay?
preseason, basically ranking the Big Ten in tiers. So I'm gonna be honest. Michigan is somewhere between these two.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
I
I'm
put
gonna
Michigan down one.
okay. So I'm gonna put them here just because obviously they're losing Corum, they're losing McCarthy, they're losing their head coach. Um,
Honestly, so
there's
off the
only there's only
top of
one
my,
other team that I can go
I'd
between
put
these
Penn
two.
State up. I think
So
Penn State's going to be better than Michigan
um,
next year.
I agree, and there's obviously going to be some controversy there. I think with viewers or whatever the case may be. But I kind of want to see something really quick. I want to look at Penn State's schedule because um, I think that matters when you're talking about where we're projecting these teams to finish. Penn State does not play Michigan, and Penn State I feel has an easier schedule. I know Michigan plays Washington, so Penn State as
Yeah,
of right
Michigan
now,
has a pretty tough schedule. What
Penn
is
State is
this?
only playing Washington and Ohio State. Those are only and USC. They don't
What does
play
the second tier
Michigan,
say?
Oregon. The second tier says one piece away.
Okay, yeah, I like
Um,
Michigan there.
so I think I'm gonna go to the bottom of the list here, just to kind of get rid of some
Get
of
rid of
these
some
other
people.
teams. I'm gonna go Indiana under dumpster fire. They went 1-8 in conference this year and 3-9. They were the worst team in the Big Ten this year. So given that we have to put 3 teams per tier, I'm gonna go Indiana here.
I'd go Northwestern
Northwestern and dumpster fire.
and dumpster fire. Yeah.
So they finished 8-5 this year, and there are a couple of other teams. So I'll put them there for now, but I think we're gonna end up moving them. The reason being, you have a team like Purdue who went 4-8, and they
Well,
lost their number one receiver in Deion Burks. He's going to Oklahoma.
Purdue would have been
Um,
my next team.
okay, so do you feel that Northwestern is in a better situation than Minnesota?
I like Fleck as a coach. Um, you could probably flip flop those two.
So they were
And
Minnesota and Northwestern were in the same division. Northwestern finished second in the Big Ten West this year.
all right,
Um,
move them
so
up one,
and then I think
and
we
then
should go Minnesota at the very bottom. I think
yeah,
that'll round out the dumpster fire. And then obviously this is where it kind of gets tricky. Um, I like USC and one piece away when you look at the rest of these teams.
ooh, okay, put them there now.
And then we have, I would say, a team like Iowa.
I was probably they're tough because they're still going to return. Yeah, let's go respectable.
Okay. And then where would you go from here?
Um, so the third team I'd put in one piece away
It's got to
is
be Washington. It has to be.
yeah,
I
go
don't feel like,
Washington.
and that's the only reason why I would say I would pick Iowa over them because I feel like Washington lost so much that I think Iowa's a little bit more stable than Washington's going to be this year.
Respectable. I think you got to put Wisconsin there.
I like Nebraska. I like Nebraska in a few years away, given that they have Raiola. They're having a couple.
I think if we're gonna do that, you also got to put probably Rutgers there.
Okay, so now we have one spot available and respectable, one spot in a few years away, and two in below average. So I feel like Illinois has to be here.
I would say out of those three teams specifically, I'm going to say UCLA probably goes respectable. Especially with losing Tagovailoa, I'd probably go Maryland a few years away. You got what do you have them in relation to Michigan State? And I have Michigan State at below average, especially with the quarterback situation. I'm sorry, I said the quarterback situation, but the coach situation. That's where I put Maryland over them. But what are your thoughts?
I would too, and just to kind of order them this way, I'd probably say Michigan State's the number one team here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were ordering them inside of that.
I'm still kind of iffy on the Iowa-Washington situation. I think Washington should drop down to respectable. I know they had the great run this year, but I mean,
it's going to be tough next year.
They're bringing back two starters. They're losing.
Well, they're going to bring a bunch of kids over from Arizona, and Arizona was a good program. I mean, this is a team, and I know this is not the same team, but this is a team that was in the national championship game. Iowa has a major problem, and
offensively,
they cannot play offense. Now, all respect due, they were 10-14, but they cannot play offense. I give Washington a little bit more credit because we know exactly what Iowa is. We don't know what Washington is next year. Like I said, they're bringing some pieces, and they might. But if we're doing that based the known versus the unknown, I can respect somebody saying I'd want Iowa up. But I believe that Washington is going to finish better than Iowa.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, I like this list so far. I like this list. Obviously, the Michigan Penn State is kind of back and forth for me. Just because they just won the national championship, so it's kind of hard. But
they've lost. I think they're losing 17 out of 22 starters. Obviously, lost their head coach. They're going to lose most of the coaching staff. So this isn't this is no knock to Michigan, and you guys know I'm an Ohio State fan, but I think this is being fair. I think we all would have to assume that Michigan's going to take a bit of a step back. I think Donovan Edwards is a heck of a player, but when you're talking about a Penn State team that's returning their starting quarterback in Drew Allar, they're returning their starting two running backs. I think Penn State is going to be a very good team next year. So I think just off of the window surface, again, maybe Michigan by the end of the year, maybe we're like, Michigan is really good. But off of what we're looking at this in January, if you ask me to make a bet on which team I think finishes better, am I picking Penn State with Allar and Allen and Singleton, or am I picking Michigan where I can't name a player that's back on that team besides Donovan Edwards? I got to go Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be very close. Tick for tack probably later on in the year.
You just mentioned that
the
schedule.
Yeah, that Penn State has a very easy schedule next year. Like very easy. I wouldn't be surprised if Penn State was in the playoffs. And I know that's a very, early assumption, but I mean, the only games on the schedule that I'm concerned about is USC, Ohio State, and Washington.
Yeah.
And USC we saw what kind of situation they ended up with in the end of the year.
And the only game I think, as you're saying this right now, today, based off of those three games, the only game today that I think they would be an underdog in is the Ohio State game.
Yeah, it's Penn State may be one of those teams where when we preview them, we have them very high. Obviously, it's only the end of January right now, so we have a long offseason to go, a lot of moves to be made. But Penn State is going to be definitely in that top 12 in my opinion, by the end of the year, just solely based off of their schedule. I know we talked about Louisville a lot this year based
Mhm.
on the schedule they had and how they were able to kind of make that work for them to get to the ACC title game. I think Penn State's going to be in the same situation. Only difference is I think Penn State is a far better team than Louisville is, top
Yeah.
to bottom. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out. But as always, if you guys are new to the channel, if you're a Big Ten fan, if your team is listed on the screen right here, please let us know what you guys thought of your season this year, what your expectation is for next year. Who would you move on our list? Who do we get wrong? Who do we get right? And as always, like, comment, subscribe to the notification bell so you don't miss a single upload. We have a live show coming tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, so please stick around for that. It's going to be fun to talk college football. We're going to talk about the best wide receivers of our era. And we maybe even do a tier list on the live show. That'll be kind of fun with everybody in the chat. So please show up for that. But we will see you guys then. Peace out.